noticed on your website you had a presentation. One of the first pages was about growth in online advertising. So I just wondering if you could kind of talk about that a little bit. You know, your thoughts on there's kind of been mixed articles out there about the viability of it going forward. It seems to be you're fairly positive on it. So
you might be talking about the presentation I'm going to give tomorrow. I have a deck up on my blog right now. I'm giving a talk tomorrow at the Ad Age Digital Conference, and that talk I'm giving tomorrow is about a change that I think is going on in the advertising business, away from, not away from, but I guess new forms of media emerging that are a little bit different than the traditional paid media approach. So the paid media approach is, you know, I hire an agency to create an ad, whether it's a print ad or a radio ad or a TV ad or a billboard ad or internet ad, and then I go buy a bunch of placement for that ad, and that's paid media, and that business today is about $500 billion business globally, worldwide, and that's all the components of advertising. So it's the agency fees, it's the cost of building the creative, it's the cost of doing the media buys, and across all these sectors. And what is happening now is that marketers and brands are starting to have opportunities in and around what I call earned media. And earned media, as opposed to paid media, is media that you earn, but you don't have to buy. And examples of that would be PR, word-of-mouth marketing, social marketing, so on and so forth. And there are agencies cropping up now that are actually doing this and building campaigns that allow brands to reach consumers through these quote-unquote earned channels as opposed to paid channels. And the thing about the earned channels is that the brands have to engage in these channels in order to earn the media. So a good example, one that I'm going to talk about tomorrow, are these taco trucks in Los Angeles called Kogi BBQ, which were started by a chef from the Four Seasons restaurant who just decided he wanted to do something different and created these Korean barbecue tacos. And then they bought 2 trucks and they drive around LA and they Twitter where they are. So you follow them on Twitter, and there's 2 trucks. So generally speaking, they do about 3 or 4 stops a day. So between the 2 trucks, they're doing it 6 to 8 stops a day, and over the course of a week, for sure, they're going to come to your neighborhood. It's a little bit like the ice cream truck when we were kids. You know, pulls in your neighborhood and plays a little song, and the kids run out the door and they get the ice cream. Well, instead of the song on the ice cream truck, it's Twitter. But it's not just Twitter. They also, one of the people that works at trucks is taking pictures all the time and posting them to Flickr. So there's always great photos up on Flickr of the truck and people eating in the truck and the lines. They have a blog where they're constantly blogging, and they have created this phenomenon now. The lines are now an hour long sometimes in these trucks through total earned media. They have done no paid media whatsoever, and yet they've built this large and loyal following. So that's, and I'm going to tell a bunch of stories like that tomorrow, but that is an example of the changing landscape in media that is being made available by the internet and technology to do things that just really weren't possible to do in the television and print world.